A storm watch has been put in place out here in Okinawa as our tropical storm just towards the south of the island continuing to track off here. And as we go ahead throughout the day on Saturday, weather conditions continuing to go downhill, especially Saturday night into early Sunday morning. Now, the good news is it does continue to remain rather disorganized at this time. I really just want to stress that. Look at where all the convection is towards the right of the center of circulation. That's where you have the inflow. Center of circulation actually right in here. You can see it on visible satellite imagery, some of that low-level cumulus kicking around the southwestern portions of it. And this area right in here is where the worst of the weather will be, on the right side of that center track. I want you to remember that as we go ahead throughout this forecast here, because it's something I'm going to continue to stress. The center line of the storm, actually one of those times where it is pretty important on who's going to see the biggest impacts. Winds right now, though, estimated from the Joint Typhoon Warning Center. Remember, estimated because we do not have typhoon hunters, planes flying into it. Just based on satellite imagery, a tropical storm with winds of 83, gusting up to 102 kilometers per hour. Pulling that storm off towards the north. Bulk of the wind field extending towards the north and east, while towards the southwest, not really that wide of a wind field, but all the way across Amami Oshima, even extending back towards southern areas of Kagoshima. Probably going to see these winds continuing to pick up as we go ahead through Sunday and also into Monday. Eventually, this storm does wrap around and pulls back towards the north and east. But for sure, here on your Saturday afternoon trampoline watch, I would definitely say put in place if you're new to watching these videos. Just kind of a little bit of a joke, because every single time there is a typhoon on Okinawa, the buildings are all up to code. People brace for these storms, but for some reason, I'm an American as well, so I think I can say this. We love our trampolines as a lawn feature. I don't have one. Never really liked it, but Japanese don't have them. But you always know if there's a typhoon on Okinawa, because there's a picture of a trampoline flying off one of the military bases almost every single time. Kadena, winds could be upwards of 40, gusting to 50 knots. That's not quite to the core levels. Storm watch is put in place. So that's the thing I want you to kind of remember with that. We're not quite up to those T-core levels, so don't confuse that with a storm watch. But regardless, I mean, 40-knot winds, if you're new to tropical systems, 40-knot winds is nothing to laugh at, especially sustained. That's enough to sufficiently relocate some of your lawn furniture, down a few tree limbs, things like that. But the building codes out here are just built. Reinforced concrete, that's pretty much standard. It has to be. So when you get these Category 5 storms that kick on through, cars are blowing everywhere and all that. You don't see damage to very many of the buildings out here in the southern Japanese islands. Take a look at the forecast, though. Aere moving off towards the north. You also have Chaba. Look at that, coming on shore into southern China. Pretty active setup out here. I have another video update I'm going to post on that as well. But our storm continuing to track off here towards the north by Monday into Tuesday, nearing the coastline of Kyushu as well. A little bit of a closer look. Now, this is what I'm talking about with the center line. I asked you to really remember where exactly you are compared to that center line and how it's important, because the right side of it, across the Amami Islands, that's where you're going to be seeing the highest of these winds. But look just towards the left of where the center is going to come on shore, likely in northern Okinawa, where that's where you're going to see the highest winds. But for places like Naha, Kadena, that's where you're going to be seeing those winds, you know, about 40, 30 knots, tropical storm strength, but nothing crazy. You're definitely not seeing typhoon conditions. So I want to stress this because maybe you have the storm watch in place, and the storm watch goes for the entire island of Okinawa. And if you're in southern, southeastern Okinawa, for example, just east of Naha out here, maybe thinking, where was all these winds? I mean, I saw a little bit of rain, but what was all the hype about? Every time it happens, when you have a setup like this, it happens quite often. And I always try to remind people, you know, it's not all about you. It's about the entire island. And if it does pass with that center line right there, worst of it's going to be on the northern portions of the island, while southwest into Naha. A little bit messy, but nothing crazy out here. Definitely nothing that they haven't seen before. And the rainfall accumulations show exactly what I'm talking about, with those scattered showers kicking on through. Heavier rainfall is going to be pushing back towards Kyushu, Shikoku, western areas of Honshu. We'll get to that in a second, but here's a look at that forecast. Sunday, Monday, still got that rainfall, but it does taper off by Monday into Tuesday. The only problem is you have that inflow on the backside of the storm. some of you got firework plans, you might want to just continue to watch the forecast with that, because you can see this as this pulls towards the north, we continue to see that inflow with those scattered showers kicking in behind it. Meanwhile, though, look back towards Kyushu across Kagoshima, southern areas of Kyushu, Shikoku back towards the east, even into the Kinki region there, and southwestern Honshu. That southwesterly flow is going to pile up. Good news for the Tokyo area and pretty much most of Honshu, where boy oh boy, they have been seeing record-breaking temperatures this week. Look at some of these temperatures, well over 40 degrees. The Kanto low just making it atrocious heat, all-time record heat out there in Tokyo. So you know, at least the cloud cover and the rain will hopefully knock down the temperature is just a little bit there. Oh my goodness, absolutely rough stuff. Hey, if you like this update and you find it useful, please check out our Patreon. We'll never put these updates behind a paywall. That's not what I do them. But the equipment I use and everything, and you know, just the time it takes to do this is my day off. So, you know, taking the time to put this together for you guys, yeah, it helps out with all that. So, if you want to help out, check out our Patreon. At least hit the like, subscribe button, all that good stuff. Share the video out. Hopefully it helps you, and hopefully it helps out some of your friends. That's what we're all about here at Westpac Weather. So, of course, thanks for watching, and stay safe out there.